are back on GameSpot Stage 1 here at E3 2013. I'm your host, Chris Waters. Joining me on stage now to talk about Sonic Lost World is Aaron Weber, the brand manager for the Blue Blur. Aaron, welcome to the stage.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
We are glad to have you here, and you guys freshly announced Sonic Lost World. Sonic is back at it. He's been going strong for over 2 decades, and we're going to see some actual Lost World gameplay right here.
You are. We're going to take a look at that right now. So, Sonic Lost World is sort of an evolution of all of the best of Sonic in 3D and 2D. In a lot of past 3D Sonic games, fans love Sonic Colors, they love Sonic Generations, but we wanted to know, how can we evolve that formula? How can we make it even better? And to do that, we've given players the control over Sonic's speed. So what you're seeing right now is us running through this level, and you can actually choose, do you want to go to walk speed, or run speed, or at a spin dash, which is a reference to the old Sonic move. And so it's up to you as to how fast you want to go. And that, we find, helps a lot, because in previous games, you go so fast that sometimes you fly right off the level, or you fall into, an obstacle, and you're going, oh man, that's no fun.
I didn't even see that one coming, yeah.
And so it's really good to have that control, because now you feel like, oh, okay, if I don't feel comfortable, I can slow it down. Or if I know what I'm doing completely, I'm just going to go straight forward. And the levels, as you see here, we've got many different types of levels.
He's walking, it looks so weird, he's going so slow.
That is the walk speed right there. But that's up to you, and that's kind of exciting for us. We brought back the color powers from Sonic Colors. There's the laser wisp right there. And we use the gamepad to activate and use all of the laser wisp. So just like that, he took out all those enemies by using the laser, and you can see later on in this level we'll have similar stuff.
You are free, little creatures.
Actually, let's talk about those. So the old Genesis games, you would free all these little creatures, right? And it was like that was the main purpose of the game.
Robots are horrible machines that trap tiny woodland animals, and it's your job to smash the machines and release the beasts.
And save the animals. That's exactly right. And we brought that back in this game. So not only are you going to be saving the animals, it's actually going to count the amount of animals that you're saving. And the more that you rescue and save, the more you're going to unlock within the game. So you get rewarded for doing that now. And that's pretty exciting.
The more you're going to... Now, what are you talking about in terms of unlock? What are you unlocking?
That's a great question. That's still a secret for the time being. But it's
More
a real...
little creatures?
Save them all. Save them all. We've also brought back the red star rings. Those are collectibles from Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations.
Yep.
And there's 5 of those in every level. By collecting those, you also unlock stuff. It's also secret, sorry.
You and your secrets, Weber.
I know, I'm full of secrets here. But the game, we're really, really proud of the game because it's such a nice evolution of the Sonic formula. Just a natural evolution. And it draws on so many elements of previous Sonic games. And you can see that here. That bell, if we can keep hitting that bell, it turns into a red star ring. It's like a little mini challenge within a stage, if you want to do it. But because the floor falls apart here, you have to be kind of careful to see if we can grab that. There we go. So he's choosing to run.
Yeah, this is a sprint speed akin to the spin dash of old.
Actually, the spin dash is in the game. And the spin dash is even faster than that sprint speed. There it is, right there. So there's your spin dash, and you can rev that, just like the old games, and by revving it, you go even faster.
That noise was so satisfying. I love it.
That noise, man, that noise brings back so many memories for me, the little whir noise. We've also added a parkour system, so as he's running here, you see he grabbed onto that ledge. The parkour system's awesome, because in old Sonic games, you would run and then you wouldn't be able to get up a wall or you would run into something, but right there, he scaled that wall and then jumped up and got to the top platform. So now when you hit an object, you don't just come to a dead stop. You don't just go, oh, that's it. Instead, you scale the object, or you can run up it like these trees, just like that. So the parkour system adds a lot to the momentum and the overall flow of Sonic. There he goes right there with another tree, yeah.
Nice. I imagine that, when you say adds a lot, it means adds a lot of alternate paths, a lot of hidden areas as well to the levels, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and I mean, that's one of the things Sonic levels and games are known for, is you've got like multiple paths, you can go high, medium, low. In this game, it's not just about high, medium, low, it's about left, right, up, down. In that first part of the level, there were 4 different paths he could have taken. Right here, the clouds are a completely optional path. He doesn't have to go this way, but he's choosing to. Gonna grab that red star ring.
Kind of a vertigo-inducing, look at the world below. I really like the perspective you're going with here.
That's right.
So we have some questions coming in from folks in the chat who, because normal, very fast Sonic speed is not enough for them, they are greedy, they want to go even faster, is Supersonic going to be playable?
That's a great question. We have not revealed yet if Supersonic is in the game, so stay tuned.
Supersonic remains a secret.
Remains a secret, full of secrets.
All right, so this is, a very green, a very lush kind of world that you're hovering far above. But Sonic is a bit of a traveler, gets into different environments. Can you give us a taste of what kind of stuff? I mean, are we going to see some snow worlds, some jungle worlds, etc., etc.?
You are going to see some really amazing worlds, all very, very different. The next level we're going to show you is fully sweets-based and candy-based. So right here, this is kind of like a Green Hill sort of montage-looking level.
Yeah.
And he's doing a bit of wall running, but besides the checkered patterns and the stuff you see from Green Hill, the next level is going to be all about candy and sweets, and the level after that is actually going to be a bit faster. Maybe for the people that were just asking about Supersonic, you're going to see some faster levels that are a bit more akin to like a Sonic Generations type of speed.
Okay. All right, let me check it out here. Will Knuckles be playable? Obviously, some longtime Sonic fans in here, and of course, Sonic does, you know, Tails, Knuckles. I mean, Amy, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Lots, Big the Cat, like lots of different characters throughout the generations of Sonic.
I'm so sorry to say that Big the Cat will not be playable. I know
This interview's over.
all 5 of you out there that won it. I'm so sorry for all of you. What I will say, Sonic is our primary focus as a playable character, but you are going to be seeing a lot of Tails in the cutscenes. Sonic and Tails are very, very close in this game, and you're also going to see Knuckles and Amy within the cutscenes, and more than just a single cameo. So, not a playable character, but hopefully a little something for the guy that wanted to see Knuckles. Yeah.
Still part of the game. All right.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Now, this is the candy level you were speaking
Yes,
about.
yes, and you'll notice the camera is very different here. So the last level we were looking at, you could go all the way around the level, but in this particular level, it's more like a 2D, 2.5D. That badnik there is a reference to Sonic CD. The entire game is just filled with nostalgic references in addition to all the new stuff we've added. So it's kind of a love letter in the same way that Generations was a love letter to fans. There's the Moto bugs. And the background, don't look at the background because you'll get hungry, especially if you're here working at E3 because you don't eat a lot.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm getting a toothache looking at it.
Wait till there's the pancakes. Yeah, wait till the end. You'll see a good shot of the pancakes. So right here, he's going to slow down a bit because he wants to get that red star ring. But in typical Sonic games, right, you're going way too fast to make a jump like this, to do it accurately. So he stopped, he slowed down, and then he makes the jump, and now he's going to jump right back. Perfect, just like that. And that's one of the advantages of the new speed control system that we have in the game. Now, as to enemies, I guess I should talk about that. There are 6 brand new enemies. They're called the Deadly Six.
The Deadly Six.
The
And this
Deadly
isn't just
Six.
enemies that are motoring around a level holding tiny birds hostage.
No, that's right. These guys are much more dangerous, and they're going to be some of the bosses within the game. So the Deadly Six are being controlled by Eggman at the start of the game, but what's going to happen is they're going to turn on Eggman. And to give us a bit of a twist in the storyline, Eggman and Sonic are going to have to team up to fight against the Deadly Six.
No, they won't. They will never, ever get along.
Never
They're
friends.
eternal enemies. But they're teaming up against the Deadly Six because no one wants to get deaded by the Deadly Six.
Nobody likes the Deadly Six, apparently. So
It's right there in the name. How could you like them?
It's exciting for us because, you know, you're always fighting Eggman every game. So it's exciting to finally see a new side of Eggman and to have him team up with Sonic. Right here we got some deadly truffles.
They don't look that deadly. It looks like they
no,
pretty well.
they are deadly, man. Trust me.
I'll take your word for it.
You don't want to mess with these truffles.
I believe you. It's interesting to see Sonic with this sort of slower pace and that more precision jumping element incorporated. Were you guys worried that Sonic fans would be like, it is not possible for Sonic to go slow? Where is my fast Sonic? I mean, you're sort of, he's done some precision stuff, some maneuvering stuff in the past, but how has it been to sort of refocus this game and involve a significant amount more of that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think a lot of the old Sonic fans, the first thing they'll remember is in the old games like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, you didn't just push a single button and have the max speed in the game. You had to actually work for it.
You had to get that momentum
You had
going.
to build that up. And I think it's great. I think hopefully those fans will all agree with us that kind of going back to that even more with this game is the right direction for Sonic. And I think in terms of people who, when Sonic transitioned to 3D, said, man, I can't control it. This is really tough for me to play. Those guys, when they play this game, are going to go, oh, this is exactly what I needed. I can go slow enough now, and then I can speed up whenever I'm ready. So I think those old fans are really going to appreciate it and like it. And of course, if they do want to see speed, the very next level we'll show you is going to be purely focused on speed. So stay tuned for that.
All right, Aaron. If folks are curious, given the nature of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, you introduced friends, you introduced cooperative play. Amormosa in the Twitch chat is curious about any kind of cooperative experience here in Lost World.
I'm happy to confirm there is a support mode, a 2-player support mode.
Okay.
And so in that mode, one player can use the Wii mode and they can help out the first player who's playing on the screen. In addition to that, besides the support mode, maybe you've got a little brother or a little sister and you're very competitive with that little sibling. I don't know about you guys, that was me.
Naturally.
Right? There's also a competitive 2-player mode. So you have 2-player support and a 2-player competitive mode within the game.
2-player competitive, are we talking like a split-screen racing type deal, or on at the same time?
You're on the right track. Wait and see. Yes.
All right. So, taking a look here in the Twitch chat, folks. Twitch.tv/GameSpot is a chat where you can ask questions. I'm taking a look here on the tablet, and I'm also taking questions on Twitter, GameSpot, hashtag GameSpot E3. E3 is just on my mind, man. We're on day 3 here,
yes.
And it's Sonic Lost Worlds. Folks are immediately curious about the platforms this game is going to be on. First, tell us what we're currently playing on.
So, right now we're playing on the Wii U. That's what you're looking at right now. And we're excited to say that the game is exclusive to Nintendo platforms. So this is part of our 3-title exclusive deal with Nintendo. This is the second title in that deal, and the game is going to be exclusive to the Wii U and also on the 3DS. And I'll talk a little bit about the differences between those, since I imagine people right now on Twitch and Twitter are going, wait a minute, how do those differ?
Yes, please.
So, on the 3DS, it's going to play very similar to the Wii U. So if you're good at the Wii U version, you're going to be naturally really, really comfortable on the 3DS. You'll know exactly what you're doing. The good news is, every level on the 3DS is brand new. So the entire game experience on 3DS is different from the entire game experience on Wii U. And that's pretty exciting for us.
Yeah. Speaking of Wii U, can you play the whole game on the gamepad, just looking at the smaller screen?
Right, and whenever you also use the color powers, you'll be using that gamepad as well.
Of course, yeah, we saw that in the first level, the swiping to use the laser power.
That's exactly right, and on the 3DS, you'll be using that touchpad, the second screen there.
Right on. Question from Hunter Osborne off of Twitter, wondering, saying, most of these worlds look like they are 2-dimensional. Are there any parts of the game, what areas of the game are 3D where you can sort of jump around a broader space? Like, what's the balance like in Sonic Lost Worlds?
It's split up pretty evenly, and we've shown 3 types of levels here. This is the 3rd level we're showing, but that very first one we saw where we were kind of running around, there were 4 different ways we could go in that very first part of it, and that's by going to the left, to the right, or all the way underneath the level. So to answer your question, that's essentially the types of levels that you're going to see that in, and you're going to see a really even distribution of those levels, as well as the 2D levels, and as well as these levels, which is very speed-focused.
Oh, whose angry face is that?
I know, someone's grumpy. And there's a capsule right there full of animals, and that's going to end the level.
Oh, what?
So there it is.
It just like skydive
I know.
Belly flop right onto that thing.
Now the main game might end a little differently there. I don't know. You'll want to wait and see.
All right, guys, tweaking it for the old E3. So, Captain DK, curious about that Wii U 3DS game. They're distinct from each other. The levels do not repeat. Is there any connection, any link between the two?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There's in terms of storyline, in terms of is there like a connectivity between the 2 platforms? You want to stay tuned.
Okay.
For more on that. In the meantime, we can actually go into the first level again and show the guy that was asking a question a little bit ago what those levels look like. So yes, stay tuned for more about how the 3DS and the Wii U, in terms of gameplay and storyline, connect.
All right. Aaron, just a few more questions here before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Captain DK, again, curious about Sonic's abilities. He's had a lot of abilities over the years. Here we've talked about the ability to walk, sprint, and spin dash, and then we've sort of seen some jump attacks. And also we've got the laser powers here, the little color powers.
That's right.
Is that the extent of Sonic's abilities, or how is that going to grow throughout the whole adventure?
Great question. So the laser is just one of many Wisp color powers. You're going to see a number of color powers returning. We've got the drill on the 3DS that Colors fans will know. In addition to that, we have a lot of new color powers, so we can't reveal them yet, but if you love Sonic Colors and you love the color powers, stay tuned. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We've also added a new kick attack that's in this game. So when you see enemies like the big snails, those guys you can't just take out with a normal homing attack, and many other enemies later are going to be the same way. By using the kick attack, you can take them out in a single shot, or if there's multiple enemies bunched up, you can kick one enemy into the other enemies and take them all out together. Yes,
using enemies to kill enemies. Always nice, fun. Right? Yeah. Always a good time. Now, one more before we leave. How replayable is the game in terms of, we talked about branching paths. Obviously, we've seen red coin collecting and such. Are there going to be incentives for people to replay? Absolutely, and that's one of the biggest things for Sonic. In the old games, right, it was the Chaos Emeralds. You'd go back to get the Chaos Emeralds. In this game, you've got the animals and the red star rings to go back and keep finding them. There's 5 red star rings in every single level to go back and hunt. So the short answer,
big definite yes. Sonic Lost World coming out holiday 2013, exclusive on Wii U and 3DS.
On Wii U and 3DS this holiday. Aaron Weber, thank you so much for coming out talking Sonic Lost World.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated. All right, folks, we'll be back on the live stage in just a minute. We've got Defiance coming up. Stay tuned.